everyone, this is Teacher Cheska. This is Science 9, Day 6, afternoon session from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And we shall now tackle Lesson 2 and Lesson 3. Okay, so going back, we learned that animals and other organisms are heterotrophs. They cannot produce their own food. Thus, they eat plants as the main source of energy. And you learn about your digestive system in your grade 8. But the question is, how is glucose converted into energy? So today, or this afternoon, you will find out the different structure and function of the mitochondria as the main organelle involved in respiration, the materials in cellular respiration, the products and the process itself, and the importance of respiration. So let's continue. You'll find out that, again, cellular respiration is how we get our energy for us heterotrophs. So to find more about this, you have to do activity number 3. So ato ning buhaton, ang buhaton nato dani kay how do cells respire during a short exercise. So muni inyong buhaton. For 10 minutes, follow the following instructions. A note, try to take 30 seconds rest before each exercise. So magbuhat tag squat, do this 20 times. Then you also have to do jumping jacks. And then, if you're done, answer the question briefly. How do you feel after doing the short exercise? So, answer lang, briefly. 3 to 5 sentences or 1 to 3 is okay. Then you continue with what is it? This is learning about cellular respiration. So again, the energy source of all organism is called adenosine triphosphate or ATP. So muni atong energy. Nasay ngalan, dili lang energy. ATP siya. Okay. Gikan siya sa glucose. Glucose, the simple organic molecule found in carbohydrates, which carbohydrates is part of our food or our diet, no, for a healthy diet. Where do we get carbohydrates, diba? Glucose. It is the coming from photosynthesis. Okay. Now, photosynthesis happens in chloroplasts, while cellular respiration happens in the mitochondria. So these are the parts of the mitochondria. Now, there are 2 types of cellular respiration. You have aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Okay. With aerobic respiration, your body releases sweat or water and you breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. So, other stages in aerobic respiration include glycolysis, pyruvate oxidation, Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain. So this is what it looks like. The first stage is glycolysis, and okay, again I apologize for the background noise. Anyway, the first stage is glycolysis, which occurs in the cytoplasm. And in this stage, the glucose is broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvate, which is then transferred into the mitochondria to form acetyl coenzyme A, gaining 2 ATP. Next, you have the Krebs cycle and converts the acetyl coenzyme A into carbon dioxide, and we expel this. Release chemical energy captured in the form of NADH, FADH2, and ATP. So, mag-give ko yung notes ani. So, NADH is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen. FADH2 is flavin adenine dinucleotide. And of course, ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Alright. Lastly, FADH and NADH pass their electron in the electron transport chain, as a result, releasing a large amount of chemical energy. So, how much energy is produced? It becomes 38 ATP molecules. Now, anaerobic respiration, of course, is a different setup. Here, because you don't, glycolysis still happens. However, oxygen is not involved here. And you only produce a very small amount of energy. Only 2, no? Unlike sa aerobic respiration with oxygen na ay 38. Okay? So, take note about that. I want you to also continue answering what's more here. So, there are only 4 keywords and you just put down which keyword is appropriate. Okay, so you copy the entire process in this ATP production. And then you continue to what I have learned. Here, you just fill in the blanks. Use the word from the word bank to complete each sentence. So you copy the sentences and answer. You fill in the words. Continue. Ansiran niya po nato ni what I can do. Complete the Venn diagram. Of course, to show the similarities and the differences. So, Venn diagram. What is aerobic respiration and what is anaerobic respiration? Unsang pareho sa ila. Unsa man na mga similarities inyo makita or ilang gagamiton or ilang ga-produce. Butang na sa tunga. And then, continuing to differentiating photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Actually, it's pretty much simple. Basically, you just fill in, the other one is the opposite of the other one. So, if you notice, no, you complete the equation. You have the first equation of photosynthesis in the previous lesson, in lesson 1. And then you have cellular respiration. Then write down what you have noticed with the 2 equations. And here, you continue to see, okay, and continue to know that it is the photosynthesis is the reverse equation of cellular respiration. Okay, kung photosynthesis kailangan siya carbon dioxide, water, and energy para makuha siya sugar or sugar, so it will release oxygen. On the other hand, cellular respiration needs sugar and needs oxygen para makarelease siya carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So, you see? So, complete what's more. This is the diagram. Again, pretty simple. What are the words that you have to put here? Nara, mitochondrion, water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, glucose, and chloroplast. So, fill that up. And then you answer what I have learned. Again, capital letters only. Do not encircle. Do not write anything in your module. Ayaw sulati. Just answer 1 to 5. Write down 1 to 5. And the choice of your answer. The letter of your choice. Capital letters, please. Then, you complete the table below. Kanisha, copy and answer what I can do. Cell structure. Then you put under photosynthesis, what is the cell structure? Under cellular respiration, say cell structure, required energy, etc., etc. Fill in the blanks lang here. Then you read your summary, then you can answer your post-test. Post-test is 1 to 15, capital letters only again. No? So just write down your answers. Now, before I go, just to recap, there's a video that I liked on YouTube, and I want you to watch this with me for a bit. Ako lay forward to mga important parts.
Get sometimes when you're lifting weights or when you're running, the cramps that we get, how are these things connected? The answer lies in cellular respiration. So what is this? Let me start with what it is not. Respiration reminds me of breathing. But let me tell you, respiration is not breathing, okay? Even though in our daily terms, we might associate respiration with breathing, but in biology, there are 2 different things. So what exactly is respiration then? Well, respiration is a process in which the cells of your body, your cells, release energy from glucose. And in our daily terms, we usually say burning calories, right? That's what we mean. Burning calories is respiration. So this is where your cells are releasing that energy from the glucose. Now, to be more clear, what does this mean? Here is how I like to think about it. So your body, the white dots represent the glucose inside your cells.
Okay, hold on.
Energy inside of it.
Okay, let's
But that
forward
energy is
this.
trapped. You can't
Okay,
use
so
it
we know
now.
already
So
what
to
is,
release that energy, your cells carry out some
cellular
pumping and makes your
respiration.
brain work. Almost everything that you do goes to all the cells. Then the cells use oxygen. So let's write this down as a chemical reaction now. So what do you think are the reactants for this reaction? Well, we saw that we need glucose. So let's write that. Glucose is C6H12O6. This is the molecule of glucose. And we saw that cells also require oxygen. They also need oxygen. So this is what they take in. We see what happens.
Okay. So
We saw that the oxygen reacts with glucose, it gets broken down and energy is released, right? So what do we get when we break glucose in the presence of oxygen? Well, we
Sorry.
get carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the gas that we throw out of our body. We exhale that because we don't need it. And we also get water.
this is your
Water
sweat.
is useful for the body and all the cells. So water is retained. And most importantly, we get energy.
Mhm.
This is the energy that you saw in the
ATP.
animation.
Okay.
And you may have to balance this equation, which I'm pretty sure you can do all by yourself. But anyways, this is our equation of respiration. Now, how do you remember this? Well, here's the trick. If you look at this equation carefully, it's a little familiar. This is the reverse of photosynthesis. Remember? And the
Okay,
energy
sorry
from the
about that.
sunlight and
Okay,
use
so
it
again,
to
it's the
manufacture
reverse of
glucose
photosynthesis.
and give out oxygen, right? So respiration is exact opposite of that. So in photosynthesis, plants trap the energy from the sun into glucose, and respiration is the exact opposite. They release that energy from glucose. And we've talked, and it's the same energy